And it says we are live. It's Thursday. I'm here. You're beautiful. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I'm just looking now. Here we go. Here we go. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And yes, I'm back from my vacation. Good news. It was that wisdom tooth I had out, the swelling has gone down, and I have a bit of bone through the gum, and it's really wreaking havoc with my tongue. And if I sound a little funny tonight, that's why. Also, we are in yet another alternate location doing the live show tonight, just because everything is a little chaotic here now. But that's okay. We're going to have some fun anyway. Let's just get a couple of things set up here. I hope you guys have been having a tremendous week. It was very relaxing for us. We absolutely needed it. Getting there was a bit of a chore, but we made it. We made it. So let me do this. And I'm going to take this over. Here. You got to bear with me just for a few moments here, guys. Your boy has had a very busy day where I'm trying to clean up from like getting home from our trip and stuff. And if you're wondering like why is GotBot doing that, not Starscream Wife. To be fair, Starscream Wife did a ton of prep work for us to go, and I've been all day just trying to kind of play catch up for things that I missed while I was gone. I hope you enjoyed the Countdown Monday. That was a bit of a surprise for a lot of people because I said I wasn't going to do it. And the Countdown Monday, of course, was my very own personal one. Of course, the Shattered Glass Optimus on Tuesday. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. It worked out pretty well. But I had to kind of try and share that around a bit today. So let's see where we're to here. And my setup's a little different tonight. Do that. I gotta go back here for a moment. There we go. I think that might have us set up. I think. Hold on. All right. I think we're here. Hey, Master Fire. Hey, Anthony. Is it soup yet? I don't know what that means, but okay. Hey, Francis. Got Scavenger today. Wow. I'm surprised you got it that early, to be honest with you. I thought I'd be a little bit longer. Hey, Blue Raccoon. Albert. Hey, Ash. Blue Star says, good day, everyone. I guess only show like 2 people for me. What? I don't know what that means either. Yeah, I got to go tomorrow back to the oral surgeon, and hopefully they can shave it down or something. I've been trying to use dental wax on it, but there's really not enough tooth through for it to properly hold. It's just enough through to be scratching my tongue. Dennis remembers whole opening paragraph of every video, and here I am trying to remember my name and what channel. That's fair. You know what? Honestly, Anthony, it gets harder and harder every single time I do it to remember it all. And what's going on here? Let me do this. Hold on. We'll do that. And that. I remember when I had my wisdom tooth out and that damn blood clot plug had to protect it like a baby. Yeah, I didn't struggle so much with the top ones, but where this one was like sideways, it's been infinitely more difficult than the other ones. And the funny part is, for years, I've had 3 different dentists tell me, you got to get that out. You got to get that out. It's going to cause you trouble. It's going to cause you trouble. The oral surgeon was like, get it out, man. Like, you'll be happier. I've been since July the 9th, pretty much in constant pain in my mouth. I had 0 issues before this tooth was removed. I'm starting to wonder if I should have had it out because I've had nothing but problems since I've had it out. Hey, Marcus. I had all 4 wisdom teeth out at once. You're insane. I got the YOLO Park Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Hope you enjoy them. If you like, you must like model kits, I would assume. My own top 10 wants list. I don't really have a top 10 want. That's the thing. I don't have a wants. That's not a cop out, but I just don't. I wait and see what gets revealed and see if it fits in my collection. If it does, cool. I have a lot of stuff now that if it's never, ever, ever replaced, I don't need it or want it. I don't really have a top 10 wants. I don't even think I could come up with it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not in the closet. No, actually, I'm in front of a bookcase. Hey, Daryl. No, buddy, I was late too. Don't feel bad. Can't speak on third-party figures, but don't disagree with the official picks. Razor Bear says, opening up SS86 Megatron. Amazon just delivered him in a paper bag. Fantastic. I know a couple of people here who have them. Mine's still scheduled for September. I'm not in a rush, honestly. If I can see them before my pre-order comes in, it might help me determine if I actually want it or not. Because honestly, I'm not sold on it. Hegemon is perfect. And by the way, on the list, a lot of people said, oh no, Romulus is way better than that Hegemon. No, he's not, actually. Romulus is very stylized. I don't find him to be that G1. I find his chest in particular wildly stylized, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I find his aesthetic is a perfect match for Earthrise Optimus Prime. He's also far too small for 86 Optimus. Megatron should be slightly bigger than Optimus. Romulus is not just shorter, but his whole proportions are a bit smaller. So he's wonderful. He's wonderful. But for my collection and for my need for a proper scale to go with 86 and an aesthetic that matches 86, Hegemon is still king. That's why I picked Hegemon. Nothing against Romulus, but anybody who's got him and says he looks excellent next to 86, come on. You know you're lying to yourself. No, he doesn't. He's too small. But he looks excellent next to Earthrise Optimus. I mean, excellent. Got Megatron. Happy to report his legs aren't as blue as they look in the picture. I mean, people are saying that, but I mean, I saw, like, I'll just tell you now, Daryl got his today, and he sent me pictures. They still look blue to me. Maybe not as blue, maybe a toned down blue, but they're very much a blue, not a gray, from what I've seen. I really hope that to the naked eye, it's different than pictures and video, and that it'll be just a case of pictures and video don't remotely do him justice at all. Because right now, I have yet to see something where I'm like, other than that first Takara picture, I've yet to see something where I'm like, yeah, I'm real happy with this Megatron. I'm only with this Megatron at the moment. I'm not in the bathroom. No, I would not be able to set up and do the show from the bathroom. Our bathrooms are not big. And one of them is in disarray now because it's being redone. I'm only now missing Mixmaster of today for the 86 Constructicons. Surely he'll come soon enough. Hey, Imperial. Yeah, I hope my appointment will be okay too, man. Fingers crossed, you know. Imagine SSKO 86 Megatron in G2 colors. That'd be weird. I don't think it would work. The G2 body's just too different. I don't think it would work. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would be good. I think Scrapper won't drink all the kitchen oil before Mixmaster arrives. Maybe. Hey Matthew, I have my 86 couple more weeks. Also love the reviews on both of your Iron Generals. I need to get 86 Megs. I mean, Megs is the big thing right now. Thank you, by the way, Matthew. So why don't we kind of start things off? We know the MD is doing their own shattered glass version of the Optimus Prime, and that's fine and dandy if you like that look. The AS Toys is the most accurate coloration with the gunmetal gray legs. Granted, his blue on his lower legs and his purple is a brighter than it should be. However, with the MD, personally, now this is just personally because there's nothing wrong with it. It looks fine. Personally, I don't like the black pelvis and legs because it shouldn't quite be black. And the black line under his chest, I wish that was, again, more of a gunmetal gray than a straight on black. That said, if you prefer the MD and you want to get that, I mean, go for it. You know, I think it's just varying degrees of good. I paid pittance for my AS Toys one, and the MD one is just more expensive. I didn't want to pay the extra for it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it wasn't for me. As far as the two Nemesis Primes go, they seem super close and very comparable to one another. Pick the one that works best for you. By the way, a lot of people have told me that their official 86 Optimus does in fact have the forward butterfly joint. Mine absolutely positively does not. I'm terrified to even try because if I do, I'm afraid I'm going to break it. I cannot get it out, and I've tried in earnest to do so. But if yours does work and you have the butterfly forward, wonderful. I'm happy for you. Glad to hear it. Okay, how about we get into the news, because with my mouth being what it is, and I can already feel my tongue. I don't want to be forever and a day. But you guys have been around. You know how long I've been struggling with this, right? And we're going to start right here. This is some packaging, and you wouldn't think that that's real exciting, but the packaging here does in fact show not only Alchemist, not only Crasher, which is an interesting one, but Bruticus over on the side. You will notice that the foot is actually green. While we're going to get into some notes that I took about an interview that was done with Evan and Nate at SDCC, the word is that the reason that Brawl is a Voyager along with Swindle is because A, they have a ratchet in them, just like, you know, Mixmaster was a Voyager, just like Scrapper was a Voyager. If you buy that, I don't. I think that's a pack of crap. I'm just gonna say, like, I think Evan's full of shit. Like right up to his eyeballs. That guy gets right on my last nerve. And I don't usually like to use expletives here, but like I'm getting as sick and tired of Evan as I was with Warden, and I was super sick of Warden. But word is that Brawl, along with Swindle, will not only be the shin, but the foot as well. And that the calf, and I guess the back part of the shin, will be on Onslaught. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But I think that would be necessary because with Bruticus, one foot should be green and the other foot should be yellow. So it'd be hard to have two symmetrical feet and still have that super animation accuracy that they're going for, right? That said, I mean, let's be realistic. They shouldn't have been sold as Voyagers. I don't care about it. Guys, I'm sorry. A Ratchet does not a Voyager make. I'm not buying that. No, sorry. Not cool. Not cool. I have a problem with this becoming the new norm, and we're going to talk about the new norm when we get into it for another size class. We'll talk about it. And I don't like when things aren't, what's the word I'm looking for? Very clearly defined. Let's put it that way. So the Bruticus looks pretty cool here. I do not like the very lame and obviously bullshit reason to call Brawl a Voyager when, let's be realistic, he's going to be a deluxe just like the other deluxes. He should be a deluxe. It's as simple as that. If you buy it, I got some magic beans to sell you. That's what I'm going to say. Then we come up to this. DNA Design is doing an upgrade kit for Optimus, the Age of Extinction, I think it is, or is it Last Night? Whatever, the Night Optimus. 2 new forearms with more flame deco, new shield, new sword, new energon blades. a couple of like spine fillers to fill out the back for display and stuff, and a couple of other bonus things. It's a pretty impressive set. You can see the difference with the two here. It's minimal, but what's changed is important, if that makes sense. I don't know if I actually listed with the DNA design. Yeah, 2 blaster gauntlets, energon blades, sword, shield, new forearms, heel stabilizers. That's the one I left out. And some other doodads as well. The heel stabilizers are supposed to make him better for standing. Apparently, he's a bit heavy on the back and likes to lean. I mean, the sword is obviously better. You can see it on the upgrade kit there. And the shield just has more color and stuff to it. And it's a different combining method as well for the shield, right? And the shield, of course, can expand out and splay out and just be more accurate to the film. The heel stabilizers back here just give you a bigger foot. And again, you can see the storage on the back for the original and now the sword and the shield for the new one. If you're into the movie Optimus, and the big blaster, if you're into the movie Optimus aesthetic, I think that there's enough value here that this is probably worth it. But if you're not into the movie Optimus aesthetic, then I don't think you need this, you know? Like if you just got him off the cuff, then I don't know if you need this. But if you're really into this version of Optimus, I think this kit is worth getting. And it all stores in truck mode, which is also nice. Right, the original, the 2 different ones from the 2 different sets, basically. Same with the shields. One is for Nemesis, one is for Optimus, I believe. I like it. It's a good offering from DNA Design that I think actually does add significant value. This is the Earthspark Deluxe. I haven't seen the Warrior. Actually, I haven't seen anything for Earthspark in a long time, which is a shame because I would actually like to have Spitfire, and I'd even like to have a Gander at least at the Hasbro version of Hashtag, though I'm really happy with the Takara one. I would like to have Spitfire. I'm not going to lie. I'd be down for a Spitfire. I know it's just Twitch, and I think I would prefer the Warrior because I already have Twitch as a deluxe. So I think I'd like to have the Spitfire as a Warrior just for something different, right? But it looks good. The missing link Optimus Prime, or Nemesis Prime, I should say. So a few things to note here. He comes with the trailer. It's been colored now with teal lines on it, and Roller has been colored teal and is now Giza. Giza is typically an arms micron, I want to say bird, I believe. I think was a bird that turned into a sword with the Power of the Prime's Nemesis Prime version, or maybe that was the Netflix one. I don't remember. Either way, all the doodads that came with the Netflix one, I'm putting with my KO. The axe, for example, is now the Executioner's axe instead of just an Energon axe, right? So it has like evil intentions, and this won't be Black Convoy. It will be named Nemesis Prime. Love this. As somebody who just got a Nemesis Prime, this is a nice idea and a nice guide to kind of how I want him and his trailer to sort of kind of look. Again, I'm not into the missing link stuff personally, but if I was, then I think I would have to get this because, well, you know, it's like I said when I done the KO review. Every good Optimus deserves a Nemesis. Simple as that. This is some pre-orders and whatnot. I don't know if there's many pictures in here. I doubt it. There might be. There are some. We'll run through them real quick. I don't think that we need to belabor this. We know the Lego sound wave, right? I don't know why they do a million pictures of basically the same thing. Dude putting it together, pressing the buttons on the front, putting the Ravage inside. The Ravage, of course, can transform, as can Laserbeak. And Laserbeak can go inside. This is really cool. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a huge Lego guy, but like this is significantly cool. So we're going to go down here because I don't think we need to watch Dude putting everything together. Man-at-Arms Bumblebee. I do think that this is a very neat take on Man-at-Arms. I got to say, as soon as I saw it, I knew it. Same with this. This looks horrific. You know, you take the terrifying nature of Megatron and you put it with a Skeletor, and you take that big scepter thing full of magic and you put a fusion cannon in it. Come on. It's like the ultimate bad guy, man. Very monstrous. And of course, the Hot Wheels stuff. We've talked about this kind of ad nauseum. The Hearts of Steel B and Megatron, we've also sort of talked about ad nauseum. We're going to go down here. The Brawn looks good. The green, I can't confirm, is a little bit different, but I like the head sculpt. I mean, I'm a cartoon accurate guy, but if I didn't have 86 Brawn, I would easily get this. Or, you know, if you have the battle damaged dead Brawn, nothing says you can't take that kind of screaming and terror head off and probably put it on this guy if you really want to. But I think this looks good. I like the silver on the head too. I love the paint applications. And I like the black windows, I think, over the blue. I think it works better for him. Sea Spray. Hopefully mine shows up soon. And, of course, the whole set. I don't know if anybody ever checked after to see in the actual comic. I didn't go back and look. In the actual comic, if he doesn't have the Autobot logo on his chest. So that's the SDCC, like pre-orders and whatnot. As we go up here, I mean, Cyberworld episode 4 is available. No, I have not watched it because where we were camping. We basically had no internet service. You had to go to like this one spot and hope that the wind was blowing the right way and the clouds were clear so that you could get some internet just to contact home. And we only got home last night, so today's been like laundry and that sort of stuff, right? And I should note that the Age of the Primes, Excellion and Sideways, out in the United States and in Canada. It's been spotted in both countries. That's the capsule wave for Cybertron for Walmart. Though I have seen some like online retailers also offering them. So I don't know if it's exclusive or what. Oh, and I'll note this and then I'm going to check it with you guys. Michael Bay in talks to develop a new Transformers movie. We are looking to shoot in October, and Netflix will lock in a new filmmaker to keep things on track. Bay has plenty else to do. He is discussing with Paramount a return to Transformers with a new version of that tentpole. And he's also percolating at Universal Outrun, an adaptation of the video game that is a star vehicle for Sydney Sweeney. Jason Rothwell is scripting with Bay and Brad Fuller producing with Sweeney. So will we get another Bay Transformers movie? I don't know. He's made a bunch of money. People had a bunch of complaints. Most people are probably going to hate the idea of the guy coming back. We'll come back to that and that and that. All of this in a moment. Let's I'll show this. This is, I don't even know why this is really being shown, why they're doing a Galaxy Force manga, but okay. This is obviously Galaxy Force Cybertron Optimus, no doubt about it. So I don't know, it's a cover of a comic book, I guess, with the human's eyes being a little too big, and I don't like the anime style. It doesn't work for me. Why don't we just stay right there for a moment and let's see what you guys have been saying here. I'm going to go up a little bit. I love model kits, says Master Fire. Well, then that's great. Like, they're not for me. It's too tedious for me. But for those who love it, I mean, the YOLO Park stuff is pretty darn popular. That and the blocky stuff. Hey, Decepticon UK. Late there, buddy. Thanks for staying up. Almost had 86 Megatron. What? But then Amazon changed the delivery date from tomorrow to 10 days later. Yeah, they'll do that. If you have Megatronus, who's kind of like a smaller, compact version of him, of Megatron, I assume they're talking about. I got Scavenger today in the Amazon paper bag, but he was delivered by USPS. Interesting. Here, everything from Amazon gets delivered either by Dragonfly or Intelcom, I think. I may not have a lot at my usual Walmart. Seriously, I should change Walmarts. I saw some Rise of the Beast Prime and B Blockies. Oh yeah, our Toys R Us is loaded with Blockies. My 86 Megatron is supposed to be here tomorrow, but they've changed the shipping date like 6 times, so who knows. Romulus also doesn't scale well with 86, more for Earthrise, as I said. Any dusting tips? Takes me over an hour. No, I've never dusted them. I don't even bother. But I'm always taking them off the shelf and using them, so they don't really build up a lot of dust. I'm Team New Age Megatron. Has anyone gotten 86 Megatron at Brick and Mortar? No, not yet, Felon. At least not that I've seen yet. I've seen him look super blue, but sorry, not blue at all, but I find it's actually somewhere in the middle. So Daryl says that it's not super blue, but it's not gray. It's somewhere in the middle, like Springer. Go Siege Springer. I'm going to put that directly next to the legs of Siege Springer when I do the review to see. Because that's what I'm convinced it looks like. And if anybody is sitting here and saying, well, Siege Springer's lower legs were gray. No, they weren't. They were blue. You're lying to yourself. Stop it. Or you're colorblind, because Siege Springer's legs were 100% blue. I'll have my 86 Megatron in a couple more weeks. I think I've read that one, actually. Anyone got my animated reference? I never get any of your references, dude. I don't know if anybody else did. I got nearly all the side swipes, but I wasn't ready to pull the plug on the 2-pack with G2 side swipe. Actually, I got that one. I use it. I actually call him Lambor and have him as a separate character. Let's see. Bruticus artwork. Hey, Xander. Hey, Input. Go down here a bit. If you're just coming in and I sound funny, my tooth that's been healing has had a little part come through the gum and is digging into my tongue. So I'm trying to be delicate, but it hurts. Let's see. There's a difference between it's AOE Optimus, but if there's any difference between AOE and the last night, I couldn't tell you what. Me either. It's the Night and the Flames. They probably adjusted that deco a bit. I still can't figure out what the difference is in the regular and Nemesis version. Still don't. Only his eyes change color. Oh, yeah, for the movie one. Yeah. And he has that streak on his face, don't he? Master Fire says the colors were darker. I don't remember. I noticed that the tank treads don't form Brawl's shoulders or arms like in the cartoon. I noticed that too. I did notice that too, honestly, Albert. I'm not sure that I'm in for the new one. We'll see. But it got to beat my custom Combiner Wars that does have a shuttle blast off. And I don't know if it can do it. We'll see. I like the SSAOE Optimus more than I expected, but I'm not enough to pay 40 or 50 for more weapons. That's fair, which is exactly what I said. If you kind of got it off the cuff, you might not need this. Somehow Earthspark returned. I wish they did more than just repaint her for Spitfire, like a different facial expression or something. Yeah, me too. But Spitfire is a green version of Twitch in the show, so I get why they did it. It's kind of like a Shattered Glass Twitch. Yeah, it is. You're right. Sounds like courage. The Nemesis Prime looks nice, but it's pricey. It's missing Link, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Really dig that Skeletor. I know I'm skipping some stuff, guys. I apologize. Not going to lie. But what if there is what I want? Just only lies? Wow. Missed opportunity to use Brawn, but it is what it is. I always thought Brawn and Man-at-Arms would be a good mold. I agree. But I mean, they're not going to go with Brawn. They're going to go with Bumblebee because it's Bumblebee. As far as canon goes, yes, Master Fair. Man-at-Arms with Bumblebee armor. Fortunately, I also collect some Motu. I don't collect anything else. Transformers are expensive enough. I hope to get Sea Spray and maybe toy version Brawn. Good luck. I hope you do. Hey, Ash, again. I don't know. Oh, no. I don't know why I said no, but whatever. And Dennis has about 10 hours of WWE. No, I got SummerSlam done. I got Raw to catch up on, and now I got last night's AEW Dynamite left to catch up on. But I finished SummerSlam around 6, roughly. Around 6. I was very surprised at the end. He does not have the Autobot symbol when he first appears in Rivals. Oh, okay, there you go. So I guess that's why. I guess Blue is happy Bay is back. At least the explosions. I hope we get this manga in English. I hope you do too. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not a Bayverse fan. That's fair. I can do without another Bay film. I don't think Amazon is handling the 86 Megatron themselves. I wouldn't have known it was going to ship unless I saw the chart. It literally went from arriving September 3rd to tomorrow. Maybe mine will get pushed up. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know either. What? I don't know either to shelf my Transformers in plastic shoe boxes or wood shelves when I have my own place. I use wood shelves, but I mean, to each their own. Siege Springer's legs look considerably more blue to me. Okay, that's interesting. Matthew says, my Target and Walmart still barely have anything from Age of the Primes. They have too much TF1 trash. Yeah, they got to stop with the trash stuff because it keeps stores from buying more, right? Join the club, Matthew, but at least my usual has $11 blockies. Surprised, maybe a little disgusted. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. We'll see how that pans out. SummerSlam was great overall. That TLC match with the Wyatts was insane. I've seen a lot of TLC matches, but that was nuts. Okay, let's get back here to the news. So, shout out the Missing Link Nemesis Prime. This looks fantastic. Again, the teal line around, the silver or gray, I suppose, if you prefer, on the legs, the black arms, the red eyes. Love it. Love this with the trailer with the teal on it. And you'll notice that they have a Decepticon logo on there. Very similar look to the trailer to what I did to put a Shattered Glass Autobot logo on there for my Shattered Glass Optimus. So I'm cool with it. Like the look of it, man. Really like the look of this. His matrix is silver, by the way, with a purple center instead of gold. This is Giza, not Roller. And there you go. I mean, you can see everything that's in there. It is what it is, right? We get back out of this, and we're going to move. Oh. Back out of this. Hold on. Then we have the stock images here for the Adamus Machina Predaking. Now, keep in mind that it looks like this thing is about $325, $330 US. Very expensive Predaking. I get that he is decked right out. There he is next to the original Predaking, so you can get an idea. I get that he's decked right out and painted right out, but that is expensive. I'm not going to kind of talk through these. I'm going to let the pictures speak for themselves and let you guys kind of decide what you think. The animals definitely very beefed up with all of their stuff. I feel like he's a little too black. Like, I feel like his body should have more of a color breakup. I know that there's a lot of black on razor claw anyway. But I feel like there's more here than I expected to see. And I love this. But I do think in robot mode, the wings are a bit too big. And I don't particularly like how they turn around and angle down. I do think the wings are a bit too big in robot mode. I think the leg boys look great. I think they look fine. Even all bulked up. Look how badass that looks, man. Robot mode is good. Shocked how much big compared to the other four. Like, look how much larger he is. I don't know what scale he is. Leader class or deluxes? I don't know. But this looks fantastic. There's your money shot right there. You know, there's your glory shot right there. Beautiful, very expensive, about the size of regular mainline combiners, but much more the cost. A lot comes with a lot of doodads, but it's hard not to be impressed by it. It really is. So I don't know. We'll see. Am I in for it? Time will tell. Some more in-hand images of the G2 Dinobots. Right? I mean, we know the mold. So do you like it here in this red on red motif? And I think his eyes are now red too. And same here, the toy accurate head. I talked about this last week with the green and the red colors. Right? Looks good though. This is some Takara pre-orders. Again, I don't think there's anything here we haven't really already seen, so we can kind of fly through this very quickly. That looks cool. I can't wait to get Flatline, actually, because it's my excuse to have that mold. I've said this before, man, I'm dying for my Onyx. I really, I don't remember the last time I was so excited for a particular Transformer as I am for Onyx. Really looking forward to him. The 2-pack, we talked about this last week at nauseum as well, and the color comparisons. And we've talked about the Hearts of Courage, Hearts of Steel stuff. So I'm not going to waste my time on that more. The reworked, retooled Bumblebee, which I think is out here, if I'm not mistaken already. But like, those yellows don't match that great. I don't know. I don't know. It's not for me. Ooh. And of course, the game version of this guy, Thundercracker. I mean, it looks good. The wings are still a bit too small, I think, for the mold. The promotional video I'm not doing. Did I miss? I may have missed it. There was, and I was going to leave it. Did I miss it over here? Yes, I did. This was the Hasbro interview from SDCC. Now, I'm not going through everything at nauseum with it. I'm not interested in doing that at all. In fact, right now, I'm going to say we've looked at the my thoughts on the MD versus the AS toys, the Missing Link Nemesis, the Bruticus artwork, and Giza being, Giza instead of Roller. The DNA set for Age of Extinction Optimus, the Earth Spark Deluxe Spitfire. This is my interview notes. We've looked at, I've mentioned Cyber World Episode 4, Excellion and Sideways out in the US and Canada, Galaxy Force manga, the Predaking and its price tag, hefty as it is, the Takara pictures, and the G2 Dinobots. Okay, so there was an interview at SDCC with Nate and Evan. I didn't really break this down too much, and there was nothing in the Nate alone parts that I thought were newsworthy enough. But let me kind of run through what I did pick out. Age of the Primes doesn't have any subtitles like Legacy, Legacy Evolution, Legacy United. It's just Age of the Primes. They still like the idea of doing more video games, but they don't have any info on it. That's my milkshake, by the way. Let's see. The secret Omega Prime mode that was discovered, I think in Japan first. Apparently, that's real, and Evan's going to put pictures up that allows every single thing to go put on the guys. And so you don't have anything left over, apparently. They said that the idea for HasLab 2026 is already worked out. They already know what they're doing for HasLab for 2026. And they talked about HasLab in general, how they have to be absolutely sure it's going to fund because that's the only way they can get the okay. I mean, again, a lot of this sounds like corporate BS to me. Like, yo, line. Collabs are important, they said, basically because they use them as a way to try and get fans of other things to become fans of Transformers, right? Maybe you're a fan of G.I. Joe, become a fan of Transformers. Now the football helmets, you like the NFL and your favorite team? Well, maybe now you like Transformers. You enjoyed Knight Rider? Now you have that. They said that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover was one of their most successful to date. I'm not surprised. Everybody says that Party Wallop was fantastic and he was on a ton of top 10 lists. They were asked if Grimlock's mouth can open for the Titan Grimlock. Yes. Can it close? Only to his teeth touching. Then they started talking about the definition of Titan. And they said that they're redefining Titan. And they're kind of saying, we're going to do the Titan and we're going to see where it lands and do the price point after. What he is. The Titans are under 200. They're not as big as what they were, but they have other features and blah, 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 blah. Look, I think it's time to retire the term Titan. Titan, when it was first introduced, was meant for something gigantic that turned into a city, Metroplex. And he was a Titan. He was gigantic. Bigger than Supreme class. He was a whole new class above that. That's why we got Titan. If we're going back to 14, 15 inches, I think we should retire Titan, keep it for what it was, keep it special for the time that it existed. And if you do something that's a true Titan in the future, cool. But I think we need to reintroduce Supreme class for your Star Convoys, for your Grimlock. I think they're more Supreme class than Titan class. That's just me. They said the next of the Titan Dinobots will be in 2027. They said Optimus has a 3mm like peg port system to ride Grimlock, but that can work with anyone who has a 3mm port. If they were to reduce Cybertron or Galaxy Force Optimus Prime again, it would be as a new mold. They talked a little bit about the Armada Jetfire that's going to be pants for the Armada Optimus. They talked about how when Mark designs this stuff, he's already thinking ahead, saying, "Well, we're going to have to do, a Jetfire. We're going to have to do Overload, right? It needs to be able to go on him. If they're going to do a Galaxy Force Optimus, they said they would probably tweak the proportions because he's always known as like Fatimus Prime or Cheeseburger Prime or whatever. They said they might tweak the proportions, try and maintain the body, but the important thing would be the combining feature." I'm okay with that. Evan was asked about a promise. He said he would imagine that that'd be a HasLab. Is he interested in doing any more Beast Wars? He specifically said he would like to do Magnaboss and try Predicus. What about animated? He talked a nice bit about Omega Supreme. And he was asked about Lugnut Supreme and was like, yeah, why not? And they talked about the Starscream head and the Megatron head. What about Beast Machines and Energon? He said he loves both, so maybe. And that's when they talked about the Energon Optimus Prime stuff. Wing Saber, that sort of stuff, right? The Omega Supreme as well, the one that like splits in two, right? Because all that would be Energon, right? Let's see. What is this? Oh, are they going to do more of the original 13 after this run? Like, will you redo them? He said they could pop up in Studio Series as recolors for the Transformers 1 versions of the Primes. And then he said we've been talking about and joking about doing all gold versions like on the box as well. So repaints of those in different colors, certainly possible. For example, I know Mark has been thinking about Onyx and Blue like he is in IDW. Brawl is basically shin and ankle. The thighs with Onslaught. I already mentioned that. Studio series, not numbered anymore, so that's easier to even go back and revisit ones they've done, like the 07 Optimus. That was like Studio Series 5. You could go back and revisit that, right? Evan also notes that he thinks a good space between revisiting characters and stuff is about 10 years. He said sometimes that changes. And he said sometimes the fans demand, just as we're putting something out, already saying, well, I want an update already to this. I'm like that, for example, with Kingdom Black Arachnia. Hated it. Thought it was trash. It needs to be updated desperately. 86 Optimus. Any more colorations? He said, don't worry, you're going to get all your colors. I'm good. I got my Shattered Glass, my Nemesis, and my Optimus. I'm good. What about doing a G1 slipstream from the new Seeker mold? He said possibly they might have to see if they would go with the animated version of her or if they would just use the body with no changes or what. Talked about the new Seeker body, saying that it's basically a mini masterpiece, was designed in Japan by one of the designers that loves the Seekers. They thought it was he thought it was criminal that in the Studio Series 86 line there was only Starscream and not the others. This is certainly better than the Earthrise, he said, with a smooth transformation and much more articulation, like waist, wrist swivels, extra articulation and range of motion in the arms and the elbows. So I'm not surprised. I expected this Seeker mold to be much, much better. What about seeing Studio Series stuff for Earthspark or Cyberverse? He said maybe, when they're about a decade old, because he said a lot of what we're thinking about and looking at now would be updates to like Transformers Prime, which is now about, 15-ish years old, 16-ish years old. So they said something like Cyberverse that went off in 2021? I don't know when it went off. Something like that would have to get to maybe about 2030 before they'd start to revisit it in all likelihood. He kind of glosses over the Omega Prime QC issues and just says, if you got problems, contact Hasbro. What else do we have? Oh, the Seeker body, by the way, has an opening cockpit and landing gear as well. They are also hoping for a more adult-oriented show since Cyberworld is more kid-oriented. He said they're working on the yellowing issue. If you have problems with things yellowing now, contact Hasbro. He was asked, what do you think is something that never needs a redo? Like, it's done, and it's done to such a good degree that you don't need to redo it. He said, well, everything eventually gets a redo. He said, but if I had one that, didn't really need a redo, he said, Earthrise Sunstreaker is pretty on point, and he kind of stuck with Earthrise Sunstreaker. I agree. I think that's an excellent Sunstreaker. Not everybody agrees, though. He was asked about more weapons packs. He said yes. For example, there's a rumor that they're going to do a Brunt colored to go with the Age of the Primes coloration as a weapons pack, right? Kind of like the Centurion drone pack. Let's see. They were asked about doing an 86 Rodimus. He said 86 Rodimus would be a new mold. We would see where it would land. It would be different than the Kingdom one and not just a reuse and recolor. I don't see how you're beating the Kingdom one. You might do something different. I don't see how you're beating the Kingdom one. He was asked about doing mobile game figures in, say, Studio Series, and they talked about that for a bit. So I guess that's possible if you're into some of the mobile game versions. Doesn't look like Landcross or Road Caesar are likely anytime soon. Evan likes the idea of doing the Omnibots, but he wants as a Pulse exclusive. Go to hell. Nobody wants exclusives. I hated that he added that at the end. Get rid of Pulse. Get out of retail. You have no business being in there. And somehow, some way, the Voyager Nexus Prime apparently is going to somehow combine, since Nexus is the prime of combiners. And with that, I can go back to the I can go back. Well, I can close this. I can see what you guys are saying, and I can do the countdown question, which is working out pretty good because I'm really starting to find my tooth now. And if I've been a little more ornery than usual, please know that in this case, it's because I'm really dealing with that digging into my tongue, and it's so uncomfortable. Let's go up here just a little bit. I think I can start right there. Here's the question. Who is generally considered Shattered Glass Optimus Prime's second in command? Is it A, Rodimus, B, Ironhide, C, Sideswipe, or D, Cliff Jumper? Who is Shattered Glass Optimus Prime's second in command? Rodimus, Ironhide, Sideswipe, or Cliff Jumper? A, B, C, or D? Let's see what you guys are saying. The weapons on them look insane. He looks incredible. I agree, Master Fire. He does. You guys, it's got to be talking about Predaking. My Walmart is 2 cities near me. The other is across a mall. Looks like Snarl and Slug G2 Deco. Yes, it is. It absolutely is the G2 Deco for those guys. The G2 Dinobots look nice. I'm already happy with my G186 Dinobots. Me too. I'm good with my Dinobots. But I know people who got the blue Grimlock and the 2-pack, and they're like, I'm in on the G2 now. So I didn't get the G1 ones, but I'm in on G2. And honestly, I think as long as you have the molds, you're golden, because guess what? The molds are fantastic, whatever color you have them in. Finally, Super Mega Ultimate Omega Prime Plus, right? Corporate BS, so true. HasLab Snowcat is bombing, so they better get their crap together. Oh, yeah, I heard that stuff was bad. Here's the thing. You're charging insane, idiotic prices when, especially within the United States, things are, from what I hear, outsider looking in, but from what I hear, things are getting really expensive and tight down there. I mean, it's not really happening to the rest of us, but I've heard that things are getting expensive down there. Hey, RPW Studios. The new Titan class will be Commander in a few years, unfortunately. Absolutely, it will. Oh, yeah. And they're obviously whittling away at that, right? And I got news for you. Leader is going to become the new Voyager. Commander is going to become the new Leader. That's what they're aiming for. They don't even have Legends and Core class anymore. Now they start with Deluxe. They're going to whittle Deluxe down until you're paying $40 for something that's a core class. Simple as that. That's their plan. Let's see. Guys talking about when they were born. We have A, B, Cliff Jumper, Ironhide, C. Guessing on the answer, my friends. This episode of GotBot Goes Live is brought to you by Blue Shirts. Blue Shirts. Because no one wants to see you without a shirt on. Actually, funny enough, when we went camping, I had tons of pants and underwear, socks. I bought one shirt with me. One shirt. It was an oversight. I survived. No, I did not wear the one shirt all the time, but we had to work around it. I may have worn a girl's shirt at one point. Just saying. I feel like the new Cyberworld figures are basically a core class. I feel the same thing. Okay. The answer, my friends, is yes, indeed, A, Rodimus. Rodimus is not a successor in Shattered Glass. He is Optimus Prime's second in command. Let's do the unboxing and get out of here and give my mouth a rest. Okay. The unboxing tonight, I have 2. I'm already excited for next week's unboxing. What 2 do I have? I think you're going to be surprised by this. Because I have Excellion and Sideways, who I'm not planning at all as using as Sideways. So let's just very, very quickly kind of say this. So this here, I'm going to tell you now, this is an homage to Hot Rod. We all know that. That's what Excellion was. This is a deluxe. This is more mass, a smoother transformation, and more enjoyable articulation than the 86 Hot Rod has ever had. That feels flimsy, cheap garbage that was overpriced. This is way better, and I'm not at all a Unicron Trilogy guy, but this is really cool. Now, some people that have the I guess the original use of this is Hot Shot say that they feel like the arms are long and the elbow is low. Here's the thing. I don't, because for some reason I don't count this as part of the arm. I know it's the shoulder, but I really feel like the arm only starts here, so it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it was going to. This guy here. This is, for me, not going to be Sideways. It'll be Noise Maze, the Japanese name. And I'll say this now, though you'll see it certainly in the review. You got to take this whole section here, and it goes pegged on kind of between here. I'm going to show you the method I have to use to peg it on, because the way it says to do it in the instructions for me absolutely, positively does not work. So Excellion will be tomorrow. Sideways or Noise Maze will be on Tuesday. And with that, my friends, I'm going to get out of here. My face survived. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you know what to do. You can hit the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos. Have a tremendous weekend, and I'll see you guys next week.